Today I am going to present my presentation on the subject engineering geology, and the point is interior of the earth, presented by Sahil, Javed, Mulani under the guidance of the Mr. Professor P.A. Pisal sir. First point is introduction. The earth internal structure can be divided into three zones, namely the crust and the mantle and the core. The crust is the thickness is 0 to 100 km, which can contain the ocean, mountains, and the surface. It is also known as CL. And the crust divided into two terms. First is the CL and CMA. Then third layer is the mantle, which can also contain the astrosphere. And last layer is the core, which can contain the outer core, inner core. The outer core in a liquid form, the inner core in a solid form. The outer core thickness is 2900 and the inner core is 5100 km. The total depth of the interior earth is 6378 km. The next point is the interior of the earth. First is the crust. The outer surface layer of the earth is also called as the crust. Thickness is 30 to 40 km to the continent and about 10 km the ocean. In continental regions, the crust can be divided into two layers, namely CL and CMA. The first layer is the crust, the second layer is the upper mantle, third layer is the transition zone, fourth layer is the lower mantle, and the fifth layer is the D layer, and the last two is the outer core and inner core. The interior of the earth. First is the CL. The upper layer of the crust, it is a dense, specific gravity is 2.65. The light colored rocks, granite in the composition, rich in silica and aluminum. The chemical composition is C, Si and Al. The next is the CMA, the lower layer of the crust. It is denser than Cl. The specific gravity is 3. Dark colored rocks such as basaltic in composition, rich in silica Si and the magnesia Mg. The next figure which shows the layers of the crust. First is the Cl, second is the CMA. This is the important layer of the crust, and third layer is the mantle. The Cl and CMA are separated by the discontinuity known as the Conrad discontinuity. All the seismic waves P, S and L are recorded in the crust. The boundary between the crust and the mantle is also known as the Morovicic discontinuity. It is about 38 km depth, 35 km depth. The second point is the mantle. The mantle is located in the between the earth crust and has been thickness of about 2900 km. It has been divided into the two parts. First is the upper mantle and the lower mantle. The boundary between these two is about 700 km depth. The next point is the upper mantle and lower mantle. The mineral composition has ultra basic rocks such as peridotite. Specific gravity is 3.3. It contains the most important zone called as the astrosphere. The depth is 50 to 100 km. Velocity of the S waves decreases, indicating that it consists of partly melted rocks. Lower mantle. The mineral composition of the mixture, peridotite and the mineral of the high density. The specific gravity is higher than the upper mantle. 5.5 is the specific gravity. Both P and S waves are recorded in this zone. The boundary between the mantle and the core is called as Cutterberg discontinuity. The last point is the core. This is the innermost layer of the earth, which extends from the Cutterberg discontinuity 2900 to the earth of the center. The center of the earth is 6370 km. The chemical composition is rich in iron and nickel element. The specific gravity is more than 12. The core is divided into two zones. First is the outer core and second is the inner core. Outer core is divided into liquid state and the inner core are in the solid state. Outer core. The shadow zone is represented in this layer. S waves do not pass through it. it may be liquid in the state. Thickness is about 2200 kilometer. The last point is the inner core. It extends from 5150 kilometer to the Earth's center at 6371 kilometer. It transmits P waves at the highest velocity, indicates that it is in the solid state. Thickness is about 1255 kilometer. The outer core and the inner core is separated by the Lyman discontinuity. This is the last point of the inner core. The crust is the thickness 0 to 70 kilometer. Mantle is the 70 to 231 kilometer, and outer core is the 2391 to the 5100 kilometer, and the inner core is 2300 to the 6300 kilometer. This presentation is on the interior of the Earth. Thank you.